Hey, what's up guys? I'm back with a new video after 1 year of not making a video. Well, it's been 11 months, but close to a year. I think the last time I uploaded a video was May 22nd and it's April 23rd. So I have an explanation for that. And I also have an explanation for all of this and this. Just everything. I have an explanation for everything. Okay, so what has happened is I had lived in a small city with my mother and we did not get along well. So I ended up switching parents and now I live with my dad in a very, very small town. I am very happy here. It has actually made me a better person. I've had so many more opportunities. Like at my new school, I have made new friends. I'm more social. And oh my gosh, it's just, my life has changed a lot in the best way possible. I know this doesn't matter to a lot of you guys, but it matters to me. I have a boyfriend of 5.5 months, and it's going great, because we're not a couple, we're not a normal couple. We don't fight all the time. Not saying that all couples fight all the time, but we're just different. Anyway, so, back when I went to my old school, I played in 2 sports. I played in volleyball and softball. But now here I've tried an extra 2 sports, which would be including cheerleading, which I still don't think is a sport and I will never be doing again. That's not happening. And golf, which I don't know if I'm going to be doing that or not. Again, the only reason I did golf this year is because Cedric, my boyfriend, really wanted me to because he does golf and he said he really likes it. So I was trying it out this year. So in my old room, I used to live on the 2nd floor all by myself. I had natural lighting all the time. It was great. You guys saw that in my videos. But here, I live in the basement with one big window right there and then my lighting, which is what you guys are seeing right now. So that's pretty much my setup. I did get new bookshelves, obviously, because I did not have built-in bookshelves here. And there's actually a lot more books up there. Like my black and white books. And then, guys, still have my book out, don't worry, except we're not doing candles because I'm in the basement. Hermit. Guys, I need to come up with a name for him because I still haven't thought of it. And I still have color coded all of my books. These are all my new books, along with the books over here that I've ordered. Wait, these aren't my new books. These are my new books. These 2 shelves right here are my new books. And speaking of new books, I have a long list of books I've read in the past year that I'm going to tell you guys about. And there's a total of 27 because there's like a large gap where I did not read. And so I'm just going to start listing them off. So the first I'm going to show you guys is the Shatter Me series by Tahereh Mafi. And no, I've not picked up the brand new book that just came out like maybe a month ago. I will get there eventually, but I'm still reading up to the books I already have and I still need to read. Okay, for this one, you guys are going to be very proud. I finally read that Divergent trilogy, and let me tell you, this book made me cry a lot. You can even ask Cedric, because I was Snapchatting him the last like 40 pages, and I was just dying. I'll explain that in a different video. Maybe, if I'm not lazy enough. But yeah. The next series I read is the Three Dark Crowns duology. Now, gonna be a trilogy here soon, along with like the little write-offs of it, but I don't really count those as like main books. So I read this for my 2017 New Year's. Like I finished it at like I think 12:01 of New Year's. And this book I just finished I think 1 book ago. And I will be telling you what book I read or what book I'm reading right now. But by the time I'm putting this video up, I've most likely finished the book. Okay, and for my reasoning of being quiet is the fact that my parents' room is upstairs and it's currently 11:59 that I'm doing this, where I should be sleeping, but I don't sleep because I'm weird. Yeah. Anyway, You guys, I don't know how long it took me to finally finish this book, but I finally finished this stupid book that I regretted reading so bad. Okay, trust me, at the end of the book, that character that I always talk about still made me angry, but something happened and I didn't make as angry. Guess spoiler, he died. Anyway, it wasn't. When I finished the book, it was actually pretty good. Still need to get the third book, but I don't even know if I'm gonna read the third book. I love this series, but I read it 2 years ago. I don't know if I'm still gonna be interested in the book. We'll see how that goes. And you guys know how much I just love the Wendy Darling series. I finally finished the third book, and this definitely was a book that made me cry. I cried hard. There's so many deaths in the book. I will talk about it in a different video because I made a video for the first two books. It's definitely a video gonna be made on this book. Just the Shadow book. Wendy Darling Shadow is perfectly named. I can't even describe it. So perfect. Just keep going with the video. But the next book I have Freaks by Amanda Hocking, and when I start to talk about all the books I read, you will notice that Amanda Hocking is like the most owned author books I have. I have like I think 2 or 3 solo books and then like I think 1 or 2 series. I love her writing. She makes me happy. She impresses me a lot and she's great. This book I started making notes and because I did like the book tubeathon in the summer, and this was one of the books that I read and I made notes on it. It was very great, and I don't think it made me cry. It made me feel stuff inside my heart that I felt good about. I was also very dramatic. I actually predicted a lot of stuff before it happened. So it's not like, oh, this is super predictable. Like, you have to figure it out. Like, you will assume things, and then later on in the book, you will know if you're right or wrong. It's pretty much how this book's work. It's glorious. The next book I have in this video is Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell, and this too has also a million notes in it. So I also read this from BookTubeathon. This book, I loved it, but it took me longer than I wanted to read. Actually, no, it took me a day to read because it was still BookTubeathon and I wanted to finish it. But it's a very good book, and I will eventually get to the second book that's not Fangirl, but it's the Simon book she was writing inside of the book. I don't know. It's just a different explanation about it. But it's a very good book. The cover is very pleasing, and I actually loved who she turned out with. I'm not going to tell you who it was, but I don't know. There's multiple love interests in this book that could actually possibly happen. So it's not like at the beginning of the book you'd be like, oh, she's going to end up with him. No, that's not what happens. And I'll tell you in a different video, because I do want to do a video on this book and explain a lot of things. But yeah, the next book I just had recently read is Caraval by Stephanie Garber. You guys, this is one of the best books I'd ever read. And I think that's because I really like the carnival theme. Like, Freaks and Caraval, I love them both so much. This was a little bit better than Freaks, but this also had a different story. It had a better love story, and it took time in a different place, and there was different magic, and it was very dark. I've actually noticed in my recent readings that I like dark books. I don't know why. It just happens. I really like dark books like this, and it was great. So I'm not going to complain. The next 2 books I have for you guys are the first 2 Red Queen books in the series. Yes, I know, one is paperback, one is hardcover, but this was a gift, and this was not. So I enjoyed them both. This was like a 2-day read. This was like, I'm not gonna say, it's maybe a 4 or 5-day read, but only because I was very involved in school. I've been getting my grades up, They're just been very good. They're going good for me. I'm straight A student for once in my life. Probably never gonna happen again, but I will try. I'm gonna keep trying. It's gonna be good. Anyway, I cried a lot in this book. Not really in this book, but in this book. And I can explain that later. Maybe. Like I said, I'm very lazy and I don't know what videos I'm gonna do. But anyway, time to carry on. So the last video you guys saw from me was my Mermaid May book tag. And it had included the series Wake by Amanda Hocking. I've already talked about it in this video. I finally finished the third book. I finally got it. Amazing. I read this in one day. Glorious. Loved it. The series was the best. I know there's still one more book. I didn't know that when I bought the series. If I would have known that, I would have also gotten the book, but I didn't. So that will be my future book hauls. If I do that, which I probably won't, because I barely ever buy books. These don't count. I've already bought them. Anyway, great book. Oh, but it's in, like, multiple points of views, and I don't know. I didn't like it at first, because it doesn't tell you whose point of view you're reading. You have to figure it out. Just, ugh. But you do learn to love it. It's great. You can figure it out very easily. And yes, it's a very great book. And I'm running out of words, so I'm going to just go to the next book. Okay, you guys, this book series is very hyped. And I only have the third book because the first two books I read were at the library. And I just picked this book up again. This is a very heavy book. I did not remember it being this heavy. I mean, it has like 700 pages, but I did not realize it was heavy. This book series was one of the best book series I've ever read, and we all know it's because of who the author is. You guys have all heard this name, Sarah J. Maas, and you all know why. She's the best author ever. I actually got my English teacher to read the first book this weekend, and she loved it. Loved it. I actually have a really weird bond with my English teacher because she was our cheerleading coach. But I've always also been close to my English teachers because I want to be an English major in college, and I've just always done really well in my classes. And I can talk about books with them because at this school, I have no one to talk to books about. I'm literally the only person that ever reads books, and it's very frustrating because at my old school, I had like Lydia and Elena and Lil. I could talk to all of them about books, but it's very frustrating because I can't do that anymore. Technically, I can't because I can still Snapchat them and everything. But yeah. Best books ever. So the next book I have is Eliza and Her Monsters. It's like Francesca Zappia. Very weird name. I don't really know how to say it. It's a younger version of Fangirl, but in a good way. It's not like a copia where you're like, oh, this is directly from Fangirl. No. She's in high school. She's doing fan fiction drawings. Like, she writes comics. She doesn't actually write words. Well, she does in the comics, but she doesn't like write a whole book and like a whole fandom. Or obviously she writes a fandom because you know it's her thing. And it's not fan fiction. It's her own personal like creations, but she meets a boy that writes fan fiction about her creations, and he doesn't know who she is because she is secret. Like, she's anonymous to the world, and she still has yet to reveal herself. But yeah, this is a very good book, and it gets very real, and it can reach deep down with some people, and I just love it so much. It's a great book. I read it in like 2 or 3 days. It's a great book. Great read. I think that was great. So for Christmas, my mother had gotten me a Teen Titans Raven beautiful comic book. It's very pretty. The comics inside, I do like the illustrator. It's very beautiful. And first comic book I've actually ever officially read. And it was confusing at first because I didn't really know how to read comics. that well, but I learned fast and it was great. Loved it, very proud. And this is actually a series, obviously, like pretty much most comic books are. And I will eventually get the other ones. So great. Loved it, and the fact that it's Raven just makes it 20 times better. You guys, that was very horrifying. I just walked in pitch black for a good 3 feet. It's horrifying. Hated it. Scary. But it's a basement. But yeah. On to the video. So you guys, I have finally finished the rest of the White Rabbit Chronicles. I have literally told you guys so much about how I love the series. And these are the last 2 books. The other 2 books are right here. One of the best series ever. It made me cry a lot of tears. And I don't know why I cry so much during books lately, but I've been getting really emotional with books and it's been killing me. I can't, I don't know. These made me very emotional. I also got my teacher to read them because I'm very influential about books that we read. Because then I can gossip to them about her, and it was great. Because literally, we'll stop class, me and her, just have a legit conversation about the books that we've read, and our discussion on the books, on the thoughts of the books we both read. It's great. I'm pretty sure my other classmates appreciate it because my other classmates literally hate English and they hate school because they're all party people and they're really annoying. Anyway, yeah, don't tell them that. So the last book I'm having on this list, I read it before May, but actually no, I read it after May. I read it after Mermaid May. Anyway, I read Heartless by Marissa Meyer. And you guys, you know, I did not like the Cinder Chronicles that much, or the Lunar Chronicles, Cinder, blah blah blah, all of those books. But this book, I loved it so much. This is actually a book I will reread. Like, I actually thought about rereading it, but I actually want to get more of my unread books done first before I start to reread books that I really want to enjoy. Even though I'll probably enjoy all the other books, because I'm picky with the books I look at. But anyway, this book was probably one of the best Red Queen rewritings I've ever read. Like, yes, the Queen of Hearts was very good. I'm still obsessed with it. But this standalone literally made my heart throb. It was so good. The magic in this fairy tale was glorious. And I don't know, the character that she had them, her name was Catherine. She's perfect. She's a perfect Queen of Hearts. Like, she's so sweet, and something happened and she turned bitter. And we find out the reason why she was like that. Like, why she turned that way. And I love the fact that it tells us that. It's so good. So good. You guys need to read this book. So, the last book I'm going to be mentioning in this video is Lightblood by Gina Showalter, also the creator of the White Rabbit Chronicles, and it's like, what is it? First Light? It's down First Light in the blue section, you guys can see it. But it's going so good. I'm almost done with it. I read 250 pages today. Because I was behind on my reading and I still wanted to get through it. But you guys, so good so far. I've already cried 3 times today. I was texting Cedric why he was at baseball, so he wasn't replying. But I was like, Cedric, I'm crying so hard right now. Someone very important dies in this book, and it's going to kill you. Because it goes on for a couple chapters. Like, their memory. I cried so hard. I almost had to take my contacts out because it was bothering my eyes so much. Anyway, this is the book I'm reading right now. It's very beautiful. I'm almost done with it. And I'm excited for the 3rd book. I still don't have it, but I will get it. I'm actually going to create a list of books I will be getting eventually. And yeah. Anyways, so the last thing that I want to mention in this video is my book that I'm writing, that I have been writing since last year. I think it was last April, so practically a year of writing. Actually, I won't say a year of writing, because for the longest time, I took time off to stop writing, because I got lazy writing. In the past probably like 3-4 months, I've been really getting into my writing. I am on chapter 13, but I have a lot of words. I've made big plans for my book. I've actually already encountered that I want this to be a 3-book series, and I know I'm just a high school person. I shouldn't be writing books because I'm too young to know anything about writing books, but okay. Everyone needs to start somewhere, and I love my idea, and it's going good so far, and I'm going to finish the end of book 1 by the end of 2018, maybe before that, and maybe I'll start the second book. But it's going to be great. But I'm probably not going to start the second book because I need to do a million drafts and edits, and I have people to help me with that because, yeah, I know nice people, not including my family. They don't need to know anything about this. Don't tell them, because that's my personal life. They don't need to know about it yet. They do know that I want to go into writing. They just don't know that I am writing. Do you get it? Like, they don't know that I've been writing, and they don't know I've actually been working on my future. Like, they think I just haven't been working on my computer. They think I just sit on my computer and do random things. But actually, I've been typing and playing video games, but don't tell them that. More things to keep from them. But, yeah. So, this was a long video. At the moment, it's at 31 minutes and 39 seconds. I need to put an end to this video. So what I'm going to say is, I'm making more videos because I want to get back into this. I want to get, like, into this more. Like, I want to be happy with this. And I'm actually starting a writing vlog. I actually already started it, but it didn't go well, so I just deleted it all. And so I'm going to restart it. It's going to be great. It's going to go good. So, I'm going to say goodbye for now. And I'll see you in the next video. Comment down below what you think of my return. And yeah, I guess I'll see you in the next video. Bye.